Welcome back to my vlog. I want to thank all of the new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Now, I've had some viewers ask me, where have I been the last month? Not very many videos out. That's correct. That's because the beginning of October, I was out at the strip. That's the drag strip in Vegas. My lifelong friend, Gary Ratcliffe, and his family. I've known them for many years, since the 60s. We went to school together. We lived down the street from each other. They were here in Vegas racing their cars at the strip. And I was out there filming their racing. And it took a long time to edit it and then get it uploaded to their site, which is Ratcliffe Racing. I'll have a link to that down in the description below. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all 4 episodes of their racing on my vlog. So those of you that like race cars and drag racers in particular, this might be enjoyable for you. There will not be any poker involved in these next 4 episodes. I want to thank you very much again for viewing my vlogs. I hope you enjoy these episodes. Thanks again. I hope you enjoy.
Friday morning, first round of time trials. Yesterday the car didn't do quite what I thought it was going to do. That's got me a little shaken. Usually I'm pretty close on dialing the car, but I dialed pretty wrong last night for the gambler. So a little warmer today. I think it's going to be really dry. So we'll see what the car does. First pass down the track today. I'm really not sure what it's going to do. So let's go see what it does. Pretty well. It picked up a little bit from last night, which makes sense with the weather. It ran a 12:21, which is good because that's kind of right in the middle of what it was running yesterday. So it looks like that gives you some idea of what I need to dial for the day. So we're good now. Good light, 009 light, good 60 foot. Car ran great. It's always nice to see my win light come on against Gary. Okay, so this will be second time trial. So we did one time trial this morning in Sportsman. This is our second Sportsman time trial. But then also we're doing Run for the Money. So that means you can put a dial on, and the top 16 closest to their dial will get to run tonight in a top 16 8th mile. didn't go so well. It went okay, but the car ran a little slower again, so we're having trouble getting the dial in right. It'll go fast, then it'll go slow, then it'll go fast, then it'll go slow. So it went 800s off of what I dialed, which probably won't be good enough to get into the top 16. But the good news was I had good reaction time. 60 foot was good, car ran strong, it just ran a little slower. So I gotta figure out why it's doing that. Now off to Pro. So this is first time trial of Pro. So we ran Sportsman already. We get to come back up and do another pass for Pro. See if we can get the car dialed in, figure out what it's gonna run. Ballpark of where it was supposed to be. Yesterday it was running mostly in the teens, then it had a couple in the 20s, so now we're back in the teens, so that's where we want to be. So right now is the Pro, second time trial for Pro, which is also Run for the Money. So we bought in first for time trial and Run for the Money for Sportsman, but now we're running it for Pro. So since I just ran, I'm pretty much going to dial the car off of that last run. We'll see if it picks up or slows down. Sometimes when you run the car back to back like that, it'll slow down a little bit. So I may dial just a little slower. I haven't quite decided yet. So I have a little bit left before I get to the line and have to make an actual decision. I've had good lights all day. That's good. The bad part was that, well, the other good part was the car ran closer to what I thought it was gonna run, but unfortunately it ran a little faster than I thought. So I ran a 25 with a 4, I think, on a 27 dial. So I broke out, which means I'm out. I won't make the top 16 because I broke out. The first run was way too slow, so I won't make it in there. So I'm out. So we still have tomorrow. So that's 2 time trials. So now, in theory, we know what the car's gonna do. It's been all over the place a little today, which this car is normally really consistent. It's usually pretty easy to dial. Yesterday and today, it's been a little tougher. This is a different track, so different weather. So hopefully tomorrow I'll kind of figure it out, and we come out first thing tomorrow, and no time trials tomorrow, just straight into elimination first thing in the morning. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully I can keep cutting good lights, because that'll give myself the chance to win. If I get good lights, then I can get down track and I can race on the top end. So that's the plan.
On the right.
All right, so morning of eliminations. We did time trials last 2 days. We're ready to go. The weather's changed a little bit, so as far as dialing the car, it's gonna be a little tough. Everything says, all the math says the car should go quicker, but we don't want to go too quick. So pick a dial, go run it. Hope we get through first round. It went well. I had a good light. Car ran the number. I lifted at the end, just let it through by a little bit. I ended up running a 15 on a 12 dial. I gotta do the math and figure out what it would have been if I hadn't lifted. I think it probably would have been about a 14. So that gives us through round 1 in Sportsman and gives us pretty good info for Pro, since we didn't know what the car was gonna run, because it was a whole new day with new weather. So now we have good info. Go to the next round in Sportsman. So round 2 for Sportsman. Not much has changed. The weather's a little higher, but not a whole bunch. So car ran 21 in Pro. So it's probably gonna run somewhere similar to that. So I'm probably gonna dial just a little bit slower than that. Just because the wind's blowing around, then I'll know that I might be a little quick. So at the top end, I might have to be on the brakes so I don't break out. So let's see if I can actually cut a light this time, since I haven't been able to do that yet today. So as long as we can do that, should be pretty good. Car's doing its job. Alright, so I had a good run. Finally put together a tree and actually ran the number. Actually, I covered her. She was off her dial by quite a bit, so I covered her pretty early. I was able to pedal it through. Ran way off my dial, but I know that was because I was pedaling in. I was slowing down. I gave up about 8 miles an hour off of my normal, and just led her through by about 300s or so about 3 feet. So that's just about what I wanted. So good run, car ran great. I actually got a light. All right, round 3. So one of the things we figured out was there's a muffler bracket broken. So my left driver's side muffler is hanging. So I'm gonna go in there and fix the bracket and make sure that it's good to go for the next round. round 3 of Sportsman. So I got through the first 2 rounds. Round 3, the weather's staying pretty much like it was. So I'm going to keep the dial pretty similar to what we had before. Yeah, excited. Well, so that was round 4. It's good to make it to round 4. I was late on the light. I'm not sure why. I was just snoozing on the light. He had a good light. He's a good racer. He ran his number. I've raced him a bunch of times before. The car actually went quick. I ended up breaking out because I pushed hard since I was so late. So the good thing was that at least I have some decent data on what the car ran at this time of night. So if we're going in tomorrow, we still have race champions tomorrow. So 4th round, it's a pretty good showing. Obviously it'd be better to go more, but I'll take what I can get, that's for sure. Thousandths red, but red's red. So I lost. Unfortunately, I didn't see the wind light come on, so I actually fender raced him. So I hit the brakes at the top end. So I don't have great data, but that's what I get. I needed to pay more attention to that stuff. At least the good thing is I think I know why I went red. My launch RPM was a little higher than it should have been. So the car left a little bit harder. So at least I have an idea why it happened. So hopefully I can fix it for next round. So I'm going to buy back in for Pro. Okay, so this is buyback for Pro. So I lost in Pro because I red lit. So now we're buying back in. We have the chance to run one more time, and if we win, we get back into eliminations. So one run, loser goes home, winner gets back into eliminations for second round. I just lost in buybacks. I red lit pretty bad. I'm not sure quite what happened, so I'll have to go through my system and figure out what I did wrong. The car, good news was the car ran pretty close to what I thought. I dialed a 24. It actually ran a 22 with a 9, I think. Yeah, 22 with a 9, so that's pretty close to what I thought. Alright, so today is Sunday, it's the Race of Champions. So all year long they keep track of the points. Top 5 in each class from every track gets to race on Sunday. So my dad and I are both in the Race of Champions. I finished second in the points series this year, so I had a good year. Car's all prepped, it's ready to go. The weather's really good, but kind of overnight we ended up with a pretty good headwind. So it looks like probably about a 10-mile-an-hour headwind right now. So I'm trying to figure out what the dial on the car is going to be. The weather's real similar to the dial or the first run yesterday, so I figure that's kind of a baseline dial, and then I'm just going to have to dial a little slower for the wind, see what happens. But good news is nobody knows what the wind's going to do, so everybody's in the same boat. Yeah. So this is a shootout. Yeah, this is same form as the last couple of days. It's a bracket race. There's no buybacks. There's no time trials. We already had that. So first round eliminations is our first pass. Or win and stay in, or lose and go home. Good job, man. Gave it to you. So yeah, everybody was off, I think. That was off by a whole bunch.
How red were you?
Way. Terrible.
It looked good. I mean, I was up there when you were doing your burnout.
I had a really good 60 foot, so it may have picked the front end up a little harder and brought him out of the beams a little bit. But I mean, I was so red that it was driver error. That may have made me a little more red. Frustrating. But I mean, I was pretty much a sit duck anyways because I dialed a 24 and ran a 32 and I ran it out. And he had a 23 light and he ran 500s off. So I ran 800s off. He ran 500s off, and he had a really good light. So I would have had to have a 00 light to beat him.
Yeah. Well.
So he did a good job.